Honestly, we like agonize over how we're gonna do Adventure Time. We should have agonized over how we were gonna do this
Right.
legitimately. Like,
I feel like because it's an import. I mean, maybe I should save this for the body of the episode, but because it's an import show, I feel fine just giving like same thing like what we did with Dragon Ball Z, where we talked about it in a general impressions, but we didn't talk about like every series. We didn't talk about original Dragon Ball or Super or GT or whatever. We just wanted to give it a little bit of an acknowledgement. I guess we still had to do that with a couple other anime shows that aired,
yeah.
famously on Cartoon Network stuff. Like, I feel like there's a. Is there a reason we should do like Gundam Wing or something like that? Or
The only reason I can think of is that my friend Sylvie would like to be on an episode about Gundam Wing. That's all I can think about.
Like maybe one time we should just do like anime, so we can do like Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, Gundam Wing.
I also Velvet has said that it wants to be on an episode by Trigun real bad, and I recently rewatched Trigun, so I kind of agree. But yeah, we just like, yo, what's up, everybody? This is the anime month.
Yeah, that would be good. But those are Adult Swim things, so like,
it don't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, but it would just be like. But now that opens the door for like Cowboy Bebop, and some of those other like Adult Swim related Bleach.
I know this is brutal, right? There's literally nothing else that can be said about Cowboy Bebop on
yeah, I don't think there's no way we could do an interesting podcast about Cowboy Bebop. Trigun?
Did you
sure.
Trigun? Yes, but like Cowboy Bebop. Did you know Cowboy Bebop is really good?
Yeah. No. What is the other one? Outlaw Star. That's it. That's slightly.
Dude, Outlaw Star really was peak, yo. Fuck.
Yeah. That's slightly more. That's slightly stupider Cowboy Bebop. Like that's how I always saw Outlaw Star. Was just like. It's like the high school dipshit version of like the more college stage cool guy Cowboy Bebop.
And it was peak. It's gender. It's amazing. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, so maybe we're figuring this out now at the beginning of this episode.
On the recording, yeah. No, the key is we should actually just stop doing Buffoons and do a podcast about every one episode of Total Drama Island. Going forward, just all of it.
We should do that.
Just all of it, yeah.
Total Podcast Island.
Total Drama Podcast. What are you talking about? What the fuck, Wyatt? Fine. You just dropped the shit out of it.
I wanna beat penis. On this week's episode of Cartoon Buffoons, I'm Wyatt, and who is here with me today as always?
Hello, I'm Morgan, and I have some unfortunate things to say about Chris McClain.
We are here to talk about Total Drama Island, sometimes shortened as TDI, the beginning of the very long-running Total Drama series. I think still going to this day. Like possible, I know that there was a recent season of Total Drama Island that came out like last year, or like 2 years ago at this point. And then there's like the Muppet Babies spinoff that exists. Yeah. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with that, but
it's Total Dramarama, which
we're gonna have to. What do you mean? We are going to have to talk about that at some point because
why?
Because it's. I mean, first of all, it's a way different thing than this, but also it is a Cartoon Network show.
Okay, sure. I will. I also it did come across my opening bit was about that. There's no way in hell Chris McClain doesn't have some allegations in the world of acting.
Sure. I mean, there's. I was thinking that he's I think we do need to kill him, actually. He does get... I mean, things do get pretty dire as the series goes on. They sort of, like, really ratchet up the criminal...
Yeah. He's basically Jigsaw. Like,
yeah. The fact that this only takes place over, like, 2 months is kind of crazy, just because of how much... I don't know. Like, for some reason, it just feels like so much more... time is spent and so much more draining on like all the people that's going through. Not to get too deep into it right off the bat, talking about Total Drama Island and our experience with it. Well, I guess here we go. I will throw it to you. What was your history with this show? Like, did you watch it as it was like airing on Cartoon Network, or did you like discover it down the line?
I did watch it. It was airing. This was like I remember like it was being marketed actually. I was really into what the fuck is it called? The Real World actually.
Yeah.
So when this was like coming out, I was like, oh shit, this is like a good middle ground between my things that I enjoy, the Real World and also cartoons. So I remember like it being out. I remember watching it, and I remember like I watched the finale. I watched all the way through to the finale.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
I watched action. I watched the World Tour stuff. Like I saw a lot of it. I didn't keep up forever, but this is one of those Cartoon Network things I remember coming as like this is one of the early lifelines the network actually had. I think when it was bad, like this coming out kind of was like something very important to like the shittiness of the network at the time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like maybe the intention of this was to sort of just be like either a one and done, boom, this is just like a fake reality show, like, haha, what if it's cartoon? Unfortunately, though, it got wrapped up into, or fortunately, depending on who you are, the characters and everything involved became so popular that the show had to change to accommodate the same cast of characters with some newbies coming in every so often. It wasn't until later, like a few seasons down the line, that they just redid Total Drama Island, but with new characters, which was probably what they wanted to do to begin with. Or again, it was just like a one and done. So it's just interesting that this became so popular that it just exploded into this whole freaking like TV franchise thing, and it's just like so ubiquitous with Cartoon Network, despite being, a Canadian Teletoon production. And what is it? The guys who made it. What are they, FreshTV or whatever the hell, the thing that, like that group that also made 16 and Stoked
and
stuff like that. Yeah, like this kind of became their bread and butter after a point. And, it again, like.
I don't, like, it's. It makes sense too, because like this shit has legs. Like I know, I know they like plan for like a few seasons to like keep the characters, but like even when they get like a whole new cast, I'm like, yeah, this could like be relatively cheap and still pretty good to make,
Yeah, but I watched the shit out of this, as a teen when it first came out in America, which was like literally when I was a teen, 13 years old, and. I don't know, it just sort of defined those like later years of Cartoon Network right before Adventure Time came out.
Yeah.
And that time period of me being 13, me being at like the end of middle school, into the beginning of high school, and sort of like I knew that I loved cartoons and I knew that I loved all this like nerdy stuff, but I was still a little bit like repressed or shy about it, showing it like outwardly at school and things like that. It really wasn't until I was like 15 and Adventure Time was coming out and everything that I became a lot more annoyingly exuberant about all of my my hobbies and tastes and everything to all my friends. I just talk to them about how much I love Adventure Time, and You know, I was also like watching through all of the like the animated Disney movies at that point. I think I've talked about this before, but I think probably still my parents and my brother are like certain I'm gay because of how into that I got. And like my brother's friends for sure, they're like, "What? Wyatt isn't gay?" And I know that.
Nigga, I do that.
Yeah,
I do that. I'm your very good woke friend. And I go, "You sure? Not gay? Okay, all right."
Yeah, are we sure about that? But yeah, but this was one of the very few cartoons that I was like very engaged with openly at that time, like because it felt like it sort of met you at that level. I think after like anime fell through, this sort of filled that same niche, weirdly enough. If like a similar niche of here's this thing that doesn't really fit into the domain of things for adults or things for kids. So
I'm glad you brought that up because this show is like in a weird, like almost exactly like 16 actually. They make shows that exist in that weird ground between I am a child and I am not a child. It's really cool, but also it makes you while watching it go, man, who the fuck is this show for?
Right.
Like a lot while you're watching it.
Yeah, because we mentioned it with 16 that, you know, there's some sort of like juvenile humor here and there, but for the most part, it really does feel like they are writing it to be like a teen sitcom, that kind of thing. So, like, I could have easily seen that show if it was like 2001 and that exact show came, it would be on Adult Swim, not on regular Cartoon Network. But I think like standards changed just enough over like the years. And I know 16 came in like 2004, but it was airing on Cartoon Network in like 2007 or 8. So like things had changed enough that they're like, okay, we can put this on. We had to edit some stuff. I'm pretty sure Total Drama, like I can't think of anything significant or like hearing about like any significant edits. And like watching the episodes on YouTube, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, I can't believe they got away with this.
No, I remember the topless like, stuff happening
daytime,
in the
like
show.
Children's television. And I know that's kind of a hack thing to say as an adult watching a cartoon, but I promise you there's a lot of things in this that I was just kind of still surprised by, that it's so, you know, that it kind of went for it. It was like edgy. You know, it's maybe that's a weird word to say for this show, but it's really the best way to describe it, you know?
I think, like, I don't know. I think we should, like, just get into the show, actually. Total Drama Island is a Survivor-esque reality show, but cartoon. That's pretty much the entire thing of it. Like, the other seasons that we go forward, they, like, do the Amazing Race and a bunch of other shit. But this one's just, like, on an island when we have, how many teenagers is it?
22.
22 teenagers that all, like, I want to say they represent stereotypes, because they do, right? Mm-hmm. But they kind of weirdly all get away from it a little bit as the show goes on.
Yeah, which is very shocking.
It's weird. Yeah, very shocking.
Some of the characters early on are so, you know, one note, whatever. Like characters like Ezekiel or whatever that just show up and then are immediately eliminated. Like, the characters, the least interesting characters are just funneled out immediately. And then so that gives like all the other characters a lot more time to build up. I would say maybe the most stereotypical to her role of being a tropey character is with Heather, who is, you know, just kind of like the bitchy, like competitive girl, but she kind of fulfills this role of being like the butt of the joke or being sort of like pathetic in a way that is endearing. So she's able to you end up like sympathizing with her, liking her, despite her being like manipulative and cruel and everything, and being
because
like
she never
that
really
mean
like
girl.
gets it. She never really like gets it going in a way that like is good. Like she never like it never feel like she's oppressively controlling the game, which I think is like why she's so funny to still have like in the show. But you're right.
Yeah.
I think with the exception of like Noah and like I think only Noah. Yeah, all the characters who are like never going to give anything are eliminated, but also in the sequel series, they then give more later on.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Well, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No, you go first. What's up?
I'm just Justin. I feel like he gets a whole new life.
Dude, he's fucking evil in the second.
Yeah.
So like, what the hell? He just becomes a super fucking villain. Also, Ezekiel becomes like a weird mole person.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
It's
yeah,
like,
I like that he's, like he has the freaking biblical name and he like worked on the farm and everything. So it's like, oh, he has like a very coddled, sexist view of the world, So, like, yeah, it feels like a safe way to just like get him out of the. Yeah, Jesus Christ, he becomes Gollum.
Yeah, he becomes Gollum, yeah. But the thing is, I think it works because, Chris goes, hey, Ezekiel, I know you don't really go out much. Please be careful how you talk to people. You got it. Women are just weaker than us,
Yeah.
They're weaker than us, and they're stupider than us, and women should be locked in the homes to give birth.
Yeah.
And he's like, why did everyone eliminate me? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
As a kid, you're like, haha, there's no way somebody would be this ridiculously sexist out loud, especially like on a TV show or whatever. This must be scripted or whatever. And then you just go on like Twitter and then you just see people like saying the most insane gender essentialism things
Bullshit,
that you've ever heard of your entire life.
And you're like,
constantly.
okay. So this is like, yeah. Like I will say, that's the thing. Even though everyone here is very tropey to begin with, they all do feel vaguely like a slightly turned up version of a guy you would know, which I think is wild for a show this silly.
Yeah. Is there any, I guess we can talk about like, who's your favorite camper and then who's your favorite like underrated pick, like your dark horse pick that didn't get enough time in the sunlight or you feel like got a bum rep or whatever.
My favorite camper.
And this could be just for this context of this season, but if you want to include, if you want to include like, oh, this person really, they have funny moments or whatever later on. I'm just saying because I've only seen the first two seasons, I have no idea what the hell happens after that. So,
I think my favorite camper, it's hard. I want to say it's either Duncan or Lashana, but I think it's Duncan. Yeah. And dark horse pick is Cody. I think Cody gets some really good jokes. He's also he's also like maybe the best human being on this show on accident. Even though he's like a weird pseudo sex pest, he's like the best person somehow. He's like, oh, she doesn't like me. Well, you know what? I might as well help her get the boy she does like because I'm a coaster. And I'm like, what a woke thing to think, Cody. What a woke.
Yeah, he is so adorable. I totally agree with you that would probably be my pick as far as like, it's sad that he gets eliminated so early.
He gets a lot of focus later though. He gets a fuckload of focus in the later seasons though.
Yeah. But yeah, the like Duncan's also, that's a good pick because like, I feel like, I don't know, because he's sort of like that punk guy, dyed hair, everything. You can sort of equate him and Gwen. I know probably as a kid I did like, oh, why do we need like two kind of punk characters? But he's a different flavor, He's a lot more like I don't know. He's not dismissive or fed
punk
up or
and
whatever.
Goth aren't the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like they're not.
Yes.
They're different. I will say also, Duncan is another character who has more depth because he's like, oh, he's gonna be, the bully. He's just bullying people. And he is kind of that, but also he does also mostly want to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Like he's like, yo, like he's actually like very chill. He's like very playful with characters like Owen and Jeff. Like it's weird. Like hell, he even like kicks Harold's ass, but him and Harold are kind of like cool in certain parts. It's like he's not like the trope of like just a bully. He also like is like, yeah, dude, being a bully who kicks you guys' ass all the time is fucking exhausting. Who has time for that? And I'm like, that's like a real ass guy. Like
and it just feels like he's somebody who can see sort of the line between fiction and reality, and he wants to put on a good show. You know, that's what it seems like when he's like being an asshole and being intentionally like, you know, throwing the wrench into things or doing whatever. Whereas the other example, like Heather being antagonistic, she is 100% determined to be a character in a show. You know, like she doesn't want to bend reality or whatever. She wants to like stay to the script, be like the one who's the puppet master that controls everything, you know. So like different interpretations there. You know, I've mentioned before on Blue Sky a couple of days ago when I was watching the show that Courtney is my favorite character.
What? No fucking way.
Because she's just so annoying. And I just love those kind of characters for sure. And the shipping between her and Duncan is very good, I'll say. That is the perfect thing that they could have done because Duncan is like, he's the one who's getting the W because he gets to like bend this, you know, goody two shoes rule follower narc girl into, you know, like, oh, you're gonna go with the bad boy now. Like that's just a very fun dynamic. So it's sad that she kind of gets kicked pretty early, like 10 or 12 episodes in or whatever, like a little under halfway through the show she gets kicked out. And I will say, watching the show, I did realize, like, I have seen every one of these episodes so many fucking times.
This is one of those shows that I think most people will watch and go, I didn't really watch it. You go, fuck, I've actually watched a fuckload of this. Like, it's one of those sleeper shows that you go, damn, this shit was on, wasn't it? Like,
yeah. And I think that, what was I going to say? In general, like, speaking about, like, shipping and everything, like, it makes sense that they have a lot of, like, love triangle stuff going on and, like, character relationships and, like, hookups and falling outs and everything. It is kind of funny that the fact that it happens over, like, 2 months. I guess it makes sense because they're all teenagers.
And there's, like, literally nothing else to do on this fucking island.
Right. But I will say, like, as a kid, it didn't really bother me, but I was completely, like, unfazed by it. Like, as in, I wasn't really invested one way or another with that kind of stuff. I just thought that the antics of the game show was entertaining. So that's what attracted me to it. But now as an adult, I realize how much more invested I get in, like, that kind of, like, relationship subplots or anything like that. Mostly out of a desire to just see good character dynamics, but also because, like, yeah, it's just cute to see, you know, these pairings. There's some that are kind of eye-rolling. Like, I really don't care for Trent and, like, his relationship with Gwen and everything.
Why? What is your beef with Trent? Trent's just cool. What the fuck is your beef with?
He's just kind of a loser. I don't know. He's just kind of lame and bland.
No, I wasn't. Trent's character trait being he's pretty chill is so funny. He's like just the least interesting character on the show because he's just pretty chill. Like he's not even like a bit character like Ezekiel, Ava, and Justin. He's just like, what's up, guys? It's Trent. I play guitar and I'm chill. I think it's fun. It's also funny because Gwen kind of agrees with us by the next season. She's like, yeah, he's kind of
fucking
nothing.
boring. Like, it's like the writers were like, fuck, if we're gonna make more of this, we have to have some kind of conflict. Gwen becomes a more boring character if she is saddled to having like a, you know, a stable relationship or whatever that kind of like depletes her edge.
Yeah.
So
she beats with Courtney next season.
It makes sense. It also, like, if the show had just ended with the first season, and I did look, apparently the final episode of the show aired like way after the the end of the game show. You know, there's like an epilogue episode that leads into total drama action. Like that episode aired like 6 or 7 months after.
That makes sense.
Episode 26, which there's 2 versions of it. I watched not even like paying attention to which one I clicked, but I did watch the Gwen one, and then I later watched, the ending with Owen. I feel like that ending, honestly, it makes more sense and feels, I don't know, it just feels like more narratively satisfying that Gwen doesn't win.
Yeah, no. Hell, even in the Owen one, she's pretty
and everything.
She's pretty chill about it. Like she's I love that she goes, this place sucks, but I'm glad I made like real friends, and I'm glad that she like considers like Lashana and Cody and stuff amongst those. Like she's like, at least I made some like cool people, and I'm like, yeah, that's fucking hell yeah.
Those are Cody rules.
Do you have a least favorite island goer?
It's kind of hard. It's hard to give it because there are just some characters that it's like, all right, who are you? Why do you exist? As far as characters that kind of like stick around just long enough to leave an impression. Jeff
he's just bad Owen. He's just shitty Owen. Like he's like, oh, I'm like the cool party guy. Well, that's Owen, and he's fun. Mm-hmm. Like, so what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of my face, dude. I'm sorry, that's so mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say. I don't hate him a ton, but I do find him and Bridget's relationship very boring. Like, but I also think that that's kind of the joke is that it's just the 2 blonde hot people get together and have like a boring relationship,
and they also have no chemistry. Like most of the episode was spent like DJ or someone else like, hey, can I help you, Jeff? Because you actually have no chemistry with her. It's also double funny because we compare it to any other relationship in the show. There's like a drama, but the only drama between Bridget and Jeff is that like, Jeff's stupid and Bridget doesn't actually like him. He's just hot. Mm-hmm. We didn't talk about fucking Izzy.
Yeah. Izzy, she's like Pinkie Pie.
Izzy's very much Pinkie Pie. Dude, it's so funny in the episode she gets eliminated. You're like this. Whoa, there goes the cops. Wait, was all that stuff he said real? No. But the part about the cops chasing me is, you'll never keep me alive! It just runs. I'm like, fuck, that's a good joke. Yeah, there's something in the air in Canada. Because, like a few years later, we were going to get Pinkie Pie. And I do also I like her and Owen also. I think it's cool. Yeah, even though I was like, is Owen gay? Like for a lot of the show, and then it's like, oh wait, no, that's right. I guess he's bi. No, he's bi. Yeah, he's bi. But like, because there's so many jokes about him being gay early on that I was like, I know this is like the mid 2000s and we're not exactly like sensitive to homophobia at this point, but like this can't be just jokes. Like they must be, insinuating something here. The thing is, every single time, one of my favorite running jokes is all the women go, "Oh my God, Justin's so hot," and Owen. Yeah, exactly. That's Owen. Whenever Justin gets shirtless, all the women are like, "God, Justin's so attractive," and Owen is also like, "Yes, he is." Hell yeah! Like it's funny because the sequel series when they get like new characters just have a bunch of gay characters. Just like, and Owen himself. I don't think he's like a terrible character at all. Like I think he's a fun guy. Wyatt. But I do roll my eyes at all the fat fart man jokes. Wyatt? Basically in anything that has that, it is like just kind of lame. Then again, at this time, again in like the history of television and Cartoon Network and everything, the amount of fart jokes that are allowed on TV is impressive because usually you get like 1 or 2 maybe here and there. Wyatt. But it's like nearly every episode we get a fart joke with Owen. So, what the fuck were we talking about? Owen? I was just complaining. Yeah, Owen. Anyway, I said it's funny that whenever Justin goes shirtless, the joke always is that Owen is also with the girls on how sexy he is. Yeah, I just think it's really funny. Yeah, and like in the future seasons, we get like a bunch of gay characters on Total Drama Island. So he was starting it out, him and Noah. I can't prove that. I feel like it's wrong to say Noah's gay, but Noah's gay, right? Yeah, I mean,
you know. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I don't know. Are there any characters you wish you saw more of? Like, I guess again, there's always like the other seasons where like the other random characters can exist for longer. But like, you know, I feel like someone like Ava didn't really stick around long enough to really get, you know, a lot of mileage out of her. Yeah.
I feel like Ava and Noah are the only two ones, really. Because, like, look, no offense to Justin, Ezekiel, Tyler, and Katie and Sadie.
Mm-hmm.
We got your jokes, guys.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
I was surprised how long Katie and Sadie stuck around. Like that, I was like, these motherfuckers are still. I was like skipping around, you know, just watching a handful of episodes, and. Yeah, it is just surprising that these characters... I guess, like, there was always a potential for, one of them leaves and then the other one gains, you know, a personality trait, but fortunately...
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, unfortunately doesn't really happen. I will say, you know, we probably don't have enough time to talk about every fucking character, but I will give a special shout-out to... what's her face? Megan Fallenbach, who voices Gwen, who also voiced Jen in 16. And just like, she did a great performance as both characters. Like she
and they're very different, but she doesn't like do voices, but like it's just her inflection and like performance. That's really different.
Exactly. She has like, she feels like a real teen girl doing those voices, and also like again. The obvious thing to do would be like, okay, let's just transplant the voice actor for Nikki onto Gwen, because they kind of feel the same, like goth girl, goth vaguely punk girl or whatever stereotype, but giving that voice actress to her, that was the better move. Again, I just feel like it fits her, and I couldn't imagine her sounding any other way. And then again, like we talked about it a little bit in 16, but Christian Potenza as Chris is like, you know, like he was great as Jude in 16, but you know, coming back as this horrific psychopath. That's
it's crazy. Like going from like Jude, who's just like a nice chill guy, to literally Jigsaw, I want to play a game. Is crazy. Like he's super evil in the show. Like I think the fact that all these people are minors for the most part should really make someone go, hey, we should stop him.
Right.
Like we should stop. I do also want to say it's crazy that Clee Bennett is chef and DJ, because he's like a real ass fucking actor.
Yeah.
Like no offense to everyone else in the show, but like he's in Marvel movies, dude. Like.
Yeah, and also, you know, obviously, like some of the characters are just based on like movie characters or actors or whatever. Like. What's his name? Harold is Napoleon Dynamite. Like he's a reference to that. And then Chef Hatchet being a reference to Sam Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
You know, like he's very similar face and facial hair and the teeth and everything. Like that, I think that's another one of those funny things that, you know, when you're watching it as a kid, you feel like you're such a smart little boy. For being able to like detect the references that would go over, other people's heads. Yeah, so there you go.
I will also, you brought up like Harold. Harold's really fucking funny.
Yeah,
I think he stayed long enough to be funny. He's really, really, really funny. I can't get over like this. Wow, I've never seen a beautiful black queen like this in real life. Fuck, dude, it's so cool to see a beautiful black woman in actual life and not on the internet. And I'm like, dog, this is so problematic. But also, he's kind of real, I mean, you know? He's kind of real.
She's into it, so.
She is into it. She's into her little nerdy white baby. You know what? Yeah, maybe you can be my little PogChamp. You know, maybe he can be her PogChamp.
Yeah. And what's the name of the like? I think that he's a little bit more interesting than what's the name of the nerd girl?
Beth.
Yes.
Beth. You're thinking of Beth.
Yeah. She's not like I don't know. She's not like like a bad character or whatever. Again, like there's very few characters that don't get like funneled out immediately that are bad. It's just that she's like
straightforward. She's very straightforward.
Yeah, it's just like what if there was a girl that was geeky and got taken advantage of or whatever. Whereas again, like there's like a gimmick to Harold that works, even if he is kind of just copying a gimmick of another comedy movie, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. I will say, Harold does have the energy. Like he'll go, "Wow, guys, Heather, you should kill yourself." Like he is like that kind of guy, though. Like he doesn't like step down. Like he's a nerd, but he's like, Duncan, I could kill you with my bare hands. Yeah. Like he'll say shit like that every so often, and it's really fucking funny. He's like, oh, when he first get like this, oh, is this a summer camp? Perfect. This is a great place for my skills and abilities. And Chris is like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
Like.
Now, I feel like
every time he speaks, it's pretty funny. Go ahead.
I feel like the show, like one of the most notable things about it, I haven't really talked about yet, is the art style.
Yes.
Like the character designs. And I feel like this show really sort of, I can't say for sure that it was the first Canadian show to look like this, but it was a trendsetter for sure. And there's a ton of Teletoon and YTV shows or whatever that you'll go out and find, and they look very similar to Total Drama Island. And even to this day, like I still see people draw like fan art of the characters or their own like fan campers or whatever. So it just has like a very unique, it feels like interesting because the style is kind of based on that late 90s, early 2000s Cartoon Network, UPA revival style. And it's a little bit passé in the US, but it feels like it kind of took on a life of its own in Canada and became like the hip thing to do there for, the end of the 2000s into the 2010s. I can't tell you how many random ass Canadian cartoons you've never heard of in your entire life I have seen that look like Total Drama Island. It's just like,
you're right. I think the popularity of this really did make a lot of people go, okay, should we try to be like it? And I'm like, I guess. Because I think they just don't feel as deliberate as this show and even 16. Like, I think the movement and like physical comedy to get out of the show with like a very limited like amount of animation, but like the way the bodies look and move. Works so well here, and when I see people try to do the art style, it just doesn't work as well as it does here. Yeah. It's
like I would say even with other shows made by the same people, like Raj Band is a little bit more generic than this. Like it feels a little bit more like normal kind of kids TV, what you would expect. I would say the modern version of this, template of visual style is like the Loud House. Are we going to mention his name? Stay tuned.
I just closed my eyes and recentered myself. I'm like Urameshi in the cave to get strong enough to fight Toguro. I'm like, I can't let it overtake me. I can't let it kill me.
Yeah, you're bashing your skull against the ground.
Who was there?
Yeah, I was gonna say I come in like holding water and trying to bring it to you. And that, like,
with your ears, your big ears, you take the water to my mouth.
Start crying and it inspires you to like get up and defend me as I'm about to get crushed by a rock. That's a good show, by the way.
That's a really good show. That's a really good arc too.
Yeah.
Fuck. So I'm sorry. Good. Yeah. Sorry for you Hakusho jokes, everybody. Go ahead.
But what I was saying is that like, there's a lot of people that I see online that have like, you can look at their art and tell that they were drawing Loud House fan art on DeviantArt in like 2017. To the same degree that there's a lot of people that you can tell that they were inspired to some degree by Total Drama Island, if not stuff like, you know, those 2000 shows like Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls or whatever. You know, I mean, even look at someone who we covered on one of the pilot episodes that we did with Pan Pizza. Like, his art, like, and he even mentioned that, like, I think he's done a video talking about Total Drama Island, that he really likes the art style and everything. Like, it's a very, like, the thick outlines and everything.
Yeah, no, I think the thick outlines on the show look so good. Mm-hmm. And I think it's even better when you get characters like Owen or other ones where the thick outlines are not just around the outside, but also inside. Mm-hmm. Owen, like, reads as fat in a way that, like, I think is cool.
Yeah.
Because of, like I've known, hugged, and been friends with people his size.
For sure.
And I think something about the thick outlines, like, really sell it. You know?
I'm not completely, like, out on him. Like I would be for a lot of cases of, like, look at the fat guy, let's make fun of him, etc. Like, I feel like, I don't know, it's well done.
He also feels like the joke is like even though he makes jokes about it, like there's fat jokes about him, obviously, it never feels like anyone else outside is joking about him being fat. Like, mm-hmm. They all legitimately seem like they're his friends, and like there are there are people who are attracted to Owen.
Yeah,
like, it's weird. Like, I guess, like, yes, there's fat jokes about like oh, I want food, I'm hungry, yada yada yada. But it always feels like he's still like a genuine character with genuine friends who has other stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's like in a lesser show, he would have been eliminated early as like, okay, we got our fat jokes out, send him home. Like,
yeah, and I think that there's a good diversity of designs as well, because you get, like, there's a lot of different body types for all the characters across both, you know, the male and female campers. You know, there's like characters that aren't just like skinny, whatever, conventionally attractive across the board, and then you get, like, you know, someone like Justin. He's a beautiful, gorgeous model type, but then you get somebody like DJ who is, like, maybe not as ridiculously handsome, but he's
like buffer and bigger.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But he's also adorable. You know, that's his character trait, is that he's a huge softie. And one of my favorite things that I love, any show that is able to, like, render cute characters or whatever with the dot eyes.
Yes.
So, like, and the fact that,
it's
like,
such a good shorthand.
Chris is one of them is very funny to me because, again, he's an unfettered psychopath. So that's
it's a sinister dot. He has a sinister dot, while DJ has, like, a very cute dot. Yeah. You know, DJ's very moe in a lot of ways.
That is true. That's a good. I can't believe I'm not the one who made that joke.
No, but, like, you're right. Like I think, like, in a show like a lesser show, it's crazy that we have, like, body types like Beth and Sadie and Lashana, and, like, yeah, there's a lot of, like, hot girl bodies in the show, but also, you know, come on, we can't have it all.
Right.
But, like, the fact that, like, those characters, like, exist is kind of crazy. Like,
yeah, and even among the, like, skinnier girls, like, again, there's a different body types between them. So, like, yeah, I just feel like it's a nice, they all have really good silhouettes to them. It's, like, very easy to tell, not just from their body types, but, like, their head shapes are very unique. Compare it to something like another Canadian show like My Little Pony, where all the characters, at least all the female characters, all have the same exact body.
Now hold on.
Except for the princesses.
They're fucking horses, Wyatt.
I know, but it's just like I'm not saying it's bad or whatever. Like, I don't really care that much, but I'm just saying that.
No, it's not about that. It's about, like, it's a horse. I don't know what you want from them. Like,
there's
the
different ways
plan.
to look. They're big. Like, Big Mac he has a different body type than the other male horses. You know.
Dude, you're getting woke about horses. This is killing me.
It's just a little annoying that I feel like that was a good thing. Like, for all the problems that Generation 5 has, the show after Friendship is Magic, the body type, the fact that they have unique body types for each of the characters is a good change.
We are talking about horse body types on cartoon buffoons.
It's just
2026 is here.
It's less about it's less about me being too woke, more about me. I just like artistic diversity.
Yeah,
when it comes to
you want a thick horse to look at. You want a thick horse to look at.
That is not what I'm talking about. But I will say that obviously, like, the characters being that way makes sense in that show because they are all dolls. Like, they're just, it's like Monster High or whatever. They're just the same doll with a different trait attached to them.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Nightmare Moon's like an adult, right?
Yeah, they're like thousands of years old.
Yeah. I'd fuck Nightmare Moon. Right. Since this is where you've gone.
Yeah, it's a little weird because when she's being at the end of the first episode, like Luna looks like a child, but then every other time that she appears, she is the same size as Celestia. So
she okay. So
but also
she's
like
an adult
how like the ponies are adults. It's just they're tiny.
Really? That's really. Oh, so they're like Shetlands? They're like Shetlands? Is that what's happening or what?
Well, they are little ponies. My Little Pony.
Okay, so they're adult ponies. They just look like that. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. So even like elderly ponies.
So
are same size.
Have the brony gooners been ethical this entire time?
I mean, no.
Oh, shit,
because there's like actual like.
No. You said no.
Because let me tell you about the Cutie Mark Crusaders and how much,
Never mind.
Yeah.
I can't do it. This bit has gone too far.
Yeah, we'll leave that for when we do the Friendship is Magic episode in the future, right before we kill ourselves on microphone.
Dude, we're gonna have like the special punch and our little M&Ms, aka cyanide pills ready. We're gonna talk about.
We'll put on our Nikes and like whatever, like $1.50 in our pockets. So
all our fans will be in a big warehouse like this. All right, everyone, we've done the episode. Take your pills now, and then we all go to heaven together to see Xanadu.
Yep. But what were we talking about? Yeah, Total Charm Island. So
the body types.
Yeah. But very good. Like I like that, and yeah, I still like it when I see, like people doing their own Total Drama inspired art, or again, like you can kind of tell that's.
I on Twitter there was a fan series trending because they had a design of a black woman that people were like, yo, this is sexy as hell.
For Total Drama Island or
yeah. People are doing like fan series and shit.
That's
like
cool.
Which like this is guys like the animation on it wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world.
Right.
But like there's like a fucking like was it Brazilian? I don't know.
I mean, I think it's all done in Toon Boom, so if you can just that's a fairly easy program to pirate off of Pirate Bay. I know. So that's like, it could be pretty easy for people to, put it together. I know people have done like, not to go back to My Little Pony, but I know that people have done fan episodes for that and for other things. So,
dude, I was trying to look for what I was just talking about.
Right.
And I just saw the craziest thing that someone wants to happen. And I don't want to be mean to a random Twitter user, right? But I want to read out what I see.
Okay.
Which is someone said, imagine a Total Drama Island movie written and directed by Vizzy Pop. Dude, shut up. Shut the fuck up, please. I can't say anything about Vizzy Pop without someone coming in my fucking mentions about it. So I won't say it, but I do.
Yeah.
Shut up.
To Total Drama fucking action.
I think it's sad that Gwen got the goth cartoon girl from this time period treatment. I think it's sad. Mm-hmm. I think every other character who gets that treatment deserves it because the character sucks, right?
Like
Gwen's
Raven.
pretty chill. Like Raven deserves it so bad because she literally is just the bait for it. And people are going to get mad at me for saying it. Like, but what about her really deep episodes about her father? I'm like, they're weird.
Yeah, I mean,
they're weird episodes. They're weird.
It's fine.
Read a comic. Yeah. Also, like that. Like we talked about it before. That Slade episode is weird. Like it's
definitely very weird.
it's super fetishy and weird. Like it's a weird episode of television. But like Gwen doesn't like. I don't think she deserves that. I feel bad for her. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say like I wouldn't even mind necessarily like the implication of that being like gross, because like if it didn't feel like they were being so like leering about it, you know, like I'd be fine if they did sort of have it as an allegory of Slade being like a weird predator to her, but like the fact that it's like, yeah, it's just like a little weird, and we're not going to get into this again necessarily, but I will say that they do, obviously, like there is some horniness to all the characters, and that there's a little bit of an ethical dilemma of like, they're like 16, 17, whatever. I think like whatever, if you're a kid watching it, it's not a huge deal to be like horned up over like Heather losing her top or whatever. But that's what I was talking about, where there's like, there are just some jokes about, cause you know, guys sort of like treating them as sexless beings, like a naked guy or a guy's ass or whatever. That's totally fine on a cartoon in America. We're totally okay with that, but we're so repressed sexually that if there's literally any inclination of women that aren't like fully clothed in a nun's habit, then we just fucking lose our minds. So like I'm still always like, my repressed American sensibilities are always going to be like, oh wow, at things like,
I can't believe they did this. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mentioned with like, oh, Heather losing her top in a scene, there's like the blur mosaic effect. I remember as a kid being like, hubba hubba, seeing that, and then
what the fuck?
The same thing with like Gwen like losing her pants and seeing her underwear, and then like just like little moments like that, that again, like it gives like more texture. And I think honestly it just is, I just appreciate it so much, just treating women like human beings, like you're an equivalent human being, instead of like a weird, like a mythical, like other special case that we can't treat in any specific
like,
way.
Shout out women for farting in the show. Like, you know, we need equality. We need to treat women like full fucking people. Also, I'm sorry to ask this. Have you seen Letterkenny?
No, what the hell's that?
Fuck, it's a really funny Canadian show, but Jeff's actor is in Letterkenny. Okay. And he's just 1,000 times less funny here. Okay. They don't let him. He's like, but I was just thinking about that because I was thinking about like how much like of this cast is like Canadian as shit. But yeah, this show's pretty solid. It gets a little racist, but also it's 2008.
Right.
So
that's true. Yeah, I mean
it's mostly Heather. So that feels right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she definitely says some macro aggressions in the first episode.
Yeah, it's she said, "You ghetto diva rap star queen." I'm like, yo,
like what the fuck?
Just say nigger. Oh my god. Fuck, dude. Yeah. But the thing is, though, the fact that this show had me have like strong reactions like that and laughing is a sign to it. This could have been a show that was just not good, but like I think this show should be given the same credit we give like regular show and stuff, as in like keeping the network going. Like,
for sure. This was a necessary. That's why I feel like it would be wrong to move on to that era before talking about this, because I think that this is like, this and Garfield and shit were like necessary lifelines keeping Cartoon Network afloat, like during the writer's strike and during, you know, like the CN Real stuff that was kind of like losing a lot of market share to Nickelodeon and Disney and everything. You know, Nickelodeon had its like sitcoms. Disney, like Phineas and Ferb just came out, and that was really popular, to the point where like I remember.
Can we
like Phineas? What are you gonna talk about?
No. You go, because I was going to just say, can we sing the Phineas and Ferb theme song? So that's nothing.
Right. Okay. Well, I was going to mention with Phineas and Ferb, I remember it being cool that what's-her-face from Phineas and Ferb, who voices Marceline in Adventure Time, is also Marceline in Adventure Time. That's what I was going to say, is that it's like, I remember hearing her being like, oh, it's this bitch from, Phineas and Ferb. Cool. I do want to point out here, speaking about, potentially sketchy things regarding some characters here, but on Wikipedia, the description for Lashana ends with, she is a curvy African-Canadian girl with a particularly large behind. So...
Dude, I'm literally, she can't help it. I'm literally built like that. You gotta go to draw attention, you weird ass motherfucker.
It's like, I just think that it's funny that the person writing this is like, what's your most defining character trait?
Dude, Harold wrote it. Harold fucking wrote it. Harold was writing this shit, dude. Like, I edit Wikipedia articles. Anyway, it's in my head now, so I have to at least say at the beginning. There's 104 days of summer vacation.
Yeah, you know what?
And school comes along just to end it.
With the annual question for our generation,
is finding a good way to spend it.
Looks like in a penis, like in my ball sack.
Eating up some dirty ass.
There you go.
Dying in a desert and being killed and giving your tires a slash. Doon, 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 doon.
Yeah. So.
Also, can we talk about us both making the same?
Yeah,
I want to beat a penis. We didn't even know we were doing the bit, but we both heard the thing like this. I want to beat penis.
Yeah, that's because it was like the night that I started watching that came into my head when I like watched the second episode or whatever.
And then I posted it,
and then like the next day, like I saw you say something about the theme song, and like at the same time that I was like, oh, I should repost the lyrics, like I should retweet it so that Morgan can see that. You also made the exact same joke that I did that previous night. So it's like, so I can't even say you copied me because we were just on
I didn't even like the post. I didn't even get to see
you
the
didn't
post.
Even see it.
Like I saw the next day.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking funny. Like we're so fucking stupid, but also it fits perfectly. I want to be penis. Like,
and I thought about typing it like penis because want to be penis, but that was like maybe that would get too lost in translation. You just want to just want to be nice and simple, straight to the point, penis. So, man, Total Drama Island. Maybe we'll return and talk about some of the later seasons. I'm really not like super interested in doing episodes on them. Again, the only other show that I think that we probably should talk about later is Total Drama Rama. When we get to like 2018.
I've never seen that, but I'll do it. Yeah.
No, I'm not excited to talk about it, but it's just, again, if we're gonna give a conclusive look at the network, then I feel like it's worth throwing in there for sure. Because it kind of defines
I will say,
a bit of that,
I will say
sort of the end days of Cartoon Network, like 2019 into now.
I will say I like
we're like death.
We're like ending the episode, and I think it's really funny that as we do that in our Refresh Blue Sky, I see a post from someone with a Total Drama Island icon.
Cool. You should.
They label them. They label themselves as a bisexual centrist. So we're off to a bad start.
Yeah, that is a bad start. That's not good.
Economic liberal.
Right,
okay, we're off to a fucking dog shit start.
We just keep going downhill more and
more.
And
the post says, "I beg people to understand that America is ontologically white supremacist. Is also the neo-Nazi viewpoint."
Yeah.
I think that's just kind of true. Anyway, you've ruined this episode for me. Thank you, random blue sky person.
That's wait, what the hell? So they were saying that
calling America ontologically evil.
Yeah, well, calling it white supremacist is like that's giving into like I'm sorry to get into this right now, everybody, at the end of this episode, but I just want to make sure I understand. They're saying that because America, a country created by white settlers coming over and genociding a race of natives, and doing all of their business and setting up this whole system of white supremacy and everything, acknowledging that and saying that that is the origin of where this country came from, is a Nazi viewpoint.
Yeah. The reason this is happening is because this person is a fucking liberal and cannot accept the truth about America.
Okay.
Which is very hard. Which is that like America, toe to tip from the jump, evil. Yeah. I know this is like hard for you guys to hear, but like evil.
Because I can see they're probably thinking like, oh, because it's an immigrant heavy country, like a lot of that culture and everything from like immigration. They think that acknowledging the fact that there are societal power structures that were set in place long before immigration is negating the idea that this is a country that is, full of immigrants and that they're a very important part of America and everything. So it's like, no, dude.
No, you gotta own it. Listen, this has big. I want to get married at a plantation because it's beautiful, not because it's like, bad. Like it's giving that kind of energy. Like, dude, no, I'm sorry, you gotta own it. But anyway, this has been,
Yeah, that's a good way to end the Total Drama Island. Pretty good show. Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed it. So it was fun to revisit it, and we only got one more.
I might watch more. Yeah. I might also just watch more of it later. Yeah. It's such an easy watch. Like it's a really easy watch. Yeah. I might just put it on while I like draw or other shit for like the next few weeks. I can't actually because we have something else coming up that I need to watch.
That's true. You need to lock the fuck in. It's not next. Next is Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. But after that is Adventure Time. So we have one more show. However, I would advise you to start watching Adventure Time and Scooby-Doo at the same time.
Yeah, dude. So, I'm not going to, but I'm going to attempt to. I'm going to say I'm going to, and then we're not going to do it.
Right.
I know who I am.
You'll just you'll be winging it for the Adventure Time episodes. So, or
I'll just be lying. Everyone out there that likes the show, I'm like, the show sucks. Have you seen it? No, not really. Yeah. I like Marceline's episode about her giant cock. I think that was a good.
That was pretty good. Yeah, I love that episode. Rebecca Sugar storyboarded, I think.
Yeah, dude, I love that episode where Rebecca Sugar raps, dude. Because she's, I'm a villain out here chilling.
To be fair, she just wrote the rap. It was,
dude. I want everyone to know that Rebecca Sugar's rap that she wrote for Marshall Lee has been a running joke between me and Wyatt.
Yeah.
For years.
Like 13 years or whatever.
Because you hire a rapper for your show, and then you say, yo, bring me the whitest non-binary person you can find. Write this shit for me, pal. And like, why?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll get to it when we get to Adventure Time. Yeah. But anyway, why don't you tell us where we can find you on the internet?
Hello! You can find me at Girl Next Door on Tumblr. I'm talking about Vampire La Masquerade. And also Fabula Ultima now, because Fabula Ultima is really cool. Actually, I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna buff Fabula. I'm gonna sell Fabula Ultima. Right. Fabula Ultima is a really cool tabletop RPG that is based around and inspired by the early era of JRPGs such as Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, stuff like that. And it has like a new edition coming out with a cover by Yoshitaka Amano.
Cool.
So yeah, and I got it, dude. It's fucking coming to my goddamn house. Nice. So I'm gonna have art of his in my home. So yeah, check out if you like I know Vampire Masquerade not for everybody, but if you like JRPGs and you're like, oh, I want to play one and make a character and stuff, check out Fabula Ultima. It's like super good for that, and the art's really great. You can find me over there. You also find me on Blue Sky. I am talking about wrestling, Vampire the Masquerade also, but more so wrestling over there, and other stuff. Also, you could sometimes catch me live posting the show we're watching for this, and they've always been funny the rare times that I do it. Right. I say some crazy shit. But yeah, you gotta hurry up though, because I heard Chris McClane is planning on ripping apart Blue Sky and using the parts for a fun challenge for teenagers. Wyatt, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me over at Twitter and Blue Sky Wasp Ranger, WAZP Ranger. Mostly stream of consciousness stuff, but I do post about videos I'm making, podcasts I'm doing. Right now, the only other podcast I'm doing is Horror Hole with our friend Cody. We just recorded an episode on Hereditary, and what are we doing next? Black Phone 1 and 2, which I don't know what the fuck either of those are, but Cody really wants to watch them, so we're watching.
Do not bring me on that episode because I will have the opposite opinion of Cody, and I think it's very fun. I like one of them, and I don't like the other one. I will have the opposite opinion of Cody, and it'll be a bloodbath. Do not bring me on that episode. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, you know, we've done some good episodes, like Hereditary, did Little Shop of Horror recently, we did Weapons recently, so yeah, good stuff. Check that all out. If you want to support this show, and if you're listening to it on my main channel, It's Only Magic, great. If you throw us $3 though, you can go and listen to that freaking Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated rated episode right now. And you're gonna want to be subscribed to the Patreon and getting those freaking. We're gonna be doing a bunch of Adventure Time episodes, not just one episode. There's multiple episodes that we're going to need to do to really dig in to Adventure Time because how goddamn long Adventure Time is. So
it's gonna be hell.
Yes,
it's gonna be hell. I'm excited, but it's
like
hell.
300 episodes. So I do have the DVD set that's like the Enchiridion. I don't know if you've seen that at like Walmart or whatever. That's like the complete series set. So maybe I'll crack that open and start watching it, like this weekend or whatever. And yeah, I don't know if you want some preliminary opinions on my front. I've made some videos about Adventure Time season 1 and 2 in the past. So go check that stuff out. I still want to do one on season 3. But maybe the time has passed, and I might as well just like save my thoughts for when we talk about it on the pod. So I don't know. We'll see. But all right, that will do it for this week's episode of Cartoon Buffoons. That was freaking Total Drama Island. Join us next time. We get a little bit scary, a little bit spooky. We talk about Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. See you there.
If you can believe it. See you then.